And it's live. Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Lockie. Welcome to the Watchalong of Melbourne Victory, Western Sydney Wanderers, taking on, wrapping up the round 20 A-League men's action. Very keen for this one, which has just gotten underway, and a game that Victory need to win. Well, not necessarily need to win, but Victory would love to win it because it would do wonders for their to securing their place in the top six. A win would take them higher up on the ladder with some teams ahead of them dropping points. In MacArthur in as an early strike. Wait for me, Wanderers. Terry Antonis playing against one of his former sides here. But Wanderers would love a win too. Wanderers are probably more desperate for a win out compared to these two, if you compare these two teams, just because they are pushing for the top six. And not just that, but because Mariners, Wellington, and Newcastle have all picked up 3 points this weekend. So Wanderers are going to be desperate for a win. Desperate for a win this weekend in this match. So, yeah, man. We'll see how this one pans out. Wanderers have already played a couple games down at AB Park this season against City, against Western. The City won early on the season. 3-3 draw. That was an epic game. Then they lost 3-2, I believe it was, to Western United. That was about a month or so ago. That was that goal where Ben Garucho scored that freak scorpion kick goal. And then here against Melbourne Victory. So their third trip down to AB Park this season alone. Here we go. Zacky's in here. Good to see you back here, Zach. Barry's here. Jezza Boy. Elite Falcon. Xander. Nice to see some of the regular names here. And, of course, a happy day if you're a Melbourne Victory fan. The women's team picking up the championship earlier this afternoon, defeating Sydney FC 2-1 in the A-League Women's Grand Final. Can the men's side replicate the winning ways? 3 subs until 1K, says Jezza Boy. We are so close. How exciting. Of course, appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate it. Marcus is in here. How you going, mate? I hope you guys have had a good weekend. And we are here to enjoy some good, hopefully high-quality football. Wanderers are looking to spring down the left. Kajiro Ogawa. Ogawa. Crossing it in. And it's away for a goal kick. So, in terms of the team news, the big one is the goalkeeping change for Melbourne Victory. You can see here, Matt Acton is starting in goals. He started against Vissel Kobe a couple of weeks ago now. And starts over Evan Caliver, which is a change I know Victory fans have been calling for a while. So it's happened. It's happened. Aside from that, it's a fairly full-strength lineup. It's Broxham who's coming in again, the starting lineup to replace Ramashan. And, of course, Victory played a midweek game against Western where they drew 1-1. Velupile starting in the wide role on the left. For Wanderers, their only real change is Adama Traore dropping out. Thomas Aquilina coming in for him as well. So, but again, pretty standard stuff for Western City Wanderers. Xander, I'm good, man. I'm good. I've had a good weekend. We did a watch-along on Friday night for the Jets Sydney FC game, which was actually, I mean, not fun if you're just, I know there's a few Sydney FC fans in here, but not fun if you're a Sydney FC fan, but it was a really entertaining game to watch and a big, really impressive win from the Jets, man. It was a result I didn't see coming. Archie Goodwin with a double, 17-year-old. I was at a wedding last night, so couldn't get to the Mariners game. But a superb win for my Mariners. And some really exciting A-League action yesterday, actually. Plenty of red cards. What are we? Just 4 red cards yesterday alone. It was crazy. Marcus says the international game hype has taken over in my mind. The international game hype. Do you mean specifically just the soccer, or are you just talking about internationals in general? Here we are, of course, currently in an international break window. Teams looking to secure their place in the FIFA World Cup. Sorry to hear that, Ali Falcons. I hope you're right, man. Hope you're doing okay. Come on, you Wanderers. Actually, we're getting to the point of the season. We talked about it during the Newcastle-Sydney stream on Friday. We'll hold that because here comes Jake Brimmer for Victory. Playing in Margiotta. Big save, Daniel Margush. That was strong. That was a strong save, man. That was a strong save. Wow. Victory. Creating the first real opportunity of the game. And they've got a corner. Weekend has been shitter since the Friday night. Yeah, the loss was... That was a rough run for Sydney FC, hey. Look, overtime yesterday. Today work was bad, but here, ready to chill. Let's do an epic. Pardon me. Well, yeah. Hopefully we enjoy this good game, which will be a nice way to end off the weekend. Every continent. Oh, yeah, dude, there's been hectic stuff. I was watching on Paramount Plus the other day the USA, Mexico, some of the South American ones as well. Victory trying to get through with this set piece. Wanderers have plenty of numbers back there. Stephen's in here. How's it going, Stephen? Is Margiotta ever going to get on the score sheet? Yes, he's grabbed a few. He's grabbed a few this season. I've seen in recent weeks. I feel like in the past week or so, especially after the midweek game, a lot of negative talk around Francesco Margiotta. I don't think he's as bad as people say. I can't remember where I saw it. It might have been a tweet or something that said someone said that Rudy Gestede is better than Margiotta, which I ferociously disagree with. Rudy Gestede was like the biggest flop in the A-League last year. And Margiotta, even though he's only grabbed a couple goals, is already, I mean, offers so much more. Anyway. Went to the A-League Women's Final today, says Anna, which made the day worse. Not a good weekend if you're a Sydney FC fan. Obviously a big event, the Women's Final, but yeah, Sydney FC not enjoying success here as the ball comes in for Margiotta. Blocked, Rojas, brilliant flick for Davidson. The improvisation from Rojas, almost setting up Davidson for a rare goal for the left back. Wow. Neon's in here. How's the stream been tonight? We've only just started, really, but it's been fun, man. We've been enjoying this. A bright start to this game from Melbourne Victory. Micah says, scary that the Socceroos are... Yeah, Peru, Chile, Colombia, if they get to play. Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, look, it's of course going to be tough. It's of course going to be tough. I still have hope. I know there's so much negative talk, but we got to hold on to hope that we can, pull off a miracle. And obviously, yeah, all those teams are going to be tough to face if we do make it to that playoff. So, Rami Najarine looks like he might be coming off injured here, which is concerning for West Sydney Wanderers, considering he's been one of their main attacking outlets in recent weeks. They're showing the replay. Jeez, it was a weird one. There was no contact. He sort of just like stopped awkwardly. Is that a calf thing? But I think Rami Nazarine's coming from the field. Less than 10 minutes played. Wow. Which is the first real story point of this game. That's a blow for Wanderers. It's a blow. Been in isolation since Monday, and Sydney have only kind of made it worse by losing the 2 games this weekend. Hey, indeed. Not saying that he's a bad player, Margiotta. I think he just needs to show what he's good at more. We all know he could be a great player. I think that's the expectation, actually, to be fair, especially at a club like Melbourne Victory. If they're going to bring in an Italian, a striker from overseas, you want them to perform as Victory. Again, getting in behind. There's Lee Broxham who almost slid in for the goal. But we're just 10 minutes played now, and already 3 pretty decent openings for Melbourne Victory, and that change is going to be made for Wanderers, which is that's a blow. But it's Carluccio, the youngster, who is a very promising player, who's going to get a really solid 80 minutes or so in this game, which is fantastic for the young guy. But no Najarine, which is a big blow. Who do you guys think is going to win this game? Who do we think is going to win this game? You'd think it'd have to be in favour of Melbourne Victory, and that's my tip heading in. I'm back in 2-0. I'm back in 2-0 Melbourne Victory. And, I mean, early signs will certainly have certainly shown that could be the case. Victory have made a bright start, which will please Coach Tony Popovich. But updated lineup there just to show that early change. Rami Najjarine coming off, replaced by Gianluca Carluccio. Michael, what do you reckon about Maresh's red? Yeah, it's a second yellow. Which I know as a Mariners fan might be the unpopular opinion, but from what I saw on the replay, he's diving down and there is an extension of the arm to the ball. And a deliberate handball is a second yellow, so I don't think there's any complaint. So, yeah, Maresh is falling, but, I mean, he easily could have avoided the ball. Just tuck your arm in. It was a bit of a silly decision considering he already was on that yellow. But at least the result was already wrapped up for the Mariners last night. Might favour a draw, says Marcus. That could be interesting. A draw would be interesting. Would make things interesting for both ends of the table in the top 6 and just outside. Steven says 2-1 Melbourne Victory, the prediction. The thing is, it can be tricky. I mean, we should expect Melbourne Victory to play well. But with Western Sydney Wanderers, especially in this last month, we just don't know what we're going to get. I mean, they defeated their 2 Sydney rivals. They defeated Sydney FC. They defeated Macarthur, so they won their 2 derbies in Sydney. They defeated Adelaide away from home. But apart from that, you just don't know. I mean, they were very lackluster last week at home to Adelaide, 0-0 draw. We did a watch-along for that game. And I said it, I think, during that stream. That was probably the most low-key watch-along we've done. Yeah. Sanders says, honestly prefer West City Wanderers to win. Already seen Melbourne Victory win once today. Can't do it again. Well, and Xander being a Sydney FC fan, I mean, I guess a Wanderers win would probably be better. Because if Victory lose, it sort of still opens the door for you for Sydney FC to maintain a place in the top 6. Which, goodness me, man. After that loss, after Sydney's loss on Friday, it's just like opened things right up for the teams chasing the top 6. It's because Sydney have played extra games, Teams below have games in hand still. So it's going to be really fascinating this last month and a half or so of the A-League men's competition. And of course, we do these live watch-alongs every single week. Some of the big games. And this is a mammoth game. This is a big game. Our Central Coast Mariners did win yesterday, Stephen. That's right. That is right. 3-0 against Adelaide United. Super result. Super result. Just some tussling in midfield here. As of yet, Victory looking to get in behind again. Brillante, Margiotta. Can they find it again? Margiotta's long strike. Blocked by Machella, who's wearing the captain's armband today, which is a bit of a surprise, their newest arrival. But he does have experience. Oh, that's a good pass. Looking for Gary. Oh, he's got it in. Good little opening again for Victory. Margiotta can't get a shot goalwards. If the Wanderers win there will be a 4-point gap between 10 and 4th. There we go, Mariners for life. Is that right? 4-point gap between 10 and 4th. I think you might be right. It's getting exciting. Like a few weeks ago, like a month ago or something, there was actually a bit of a gap. There was a bit of a gap, even I think between like 7th and 8th. But now it's like wide open. Like in a couple weeks, it could look vastly different. I think Macarthur are going to drop out. Adelaide are winless in the last 3. I think they might drop out. I don't think Victory are going to drop out. I think if any team's going to push, it's going to be Victory. Sydney FC, we just don't know. I think they will drop out, at least temporarily. Socceroos in here says, hello, Lockie. What software do you use to make the team lineups? It's a free online platform called Canva. Funnily enough, which is like, I'm pretty sure it's like a big sponsor of Melbourne Victory. I always see Melbourne Victories make a post about Canva. Xander says, when I was watching Sydney at Newcastle, I didn't even realise that the Jets had a keeper issue. Did they get an NPL guy for the reserves? They did, yes. If you guys didn't hear about all the drama regarding Newcastle Jets and also just the A-League in general in regards to like a rule change sort of in terms of basically it's going to be no more postponements, check out the video I did on Friday a couple of days ago. Basically, no postponements in the A-League. That was the title of the video. And there's going to be no results, like as in like just a no result if a game can't go ahead, which is like inconceivable that that's actually going to be happening. It's actually a thing. It's going to be. I hope it doesn't happen. I hope we get no results. Sydney might drop out. You reckon Mariners for life of the top 6? Considering all the games in hand that teams have below them, then yeah. But it's interesting looking in recent weeks, teams like Mariners, Jets, whether you want to put Phoenix in there as well, have been playing better and getting better results compared to top 6 sides like MacArthur, like Adelaide. So it's funny, hey. Sanders says, I watched your video and my jaw was dropped the whole time. Yeah, it was just, I didn't know what to make of it. And that video was sort of me breaking it down, like, I guess live almost. I mean, I saw the article and I was like, I have to make a video about this. So yeah, man. 1 sub away. Oh, dude, we're here live for the 1K. We're here live. I actually don't have the numbers in front of me. So if we hit 1K, let me know. The funny thing is, I was thinking about this, and I don't, like, someone could just easily unsubscribe and take it back down to 999. Anyway, here's a chance for victory. Skies it, does Brillante, but it's Ugarkovic who gets in with the interception. Because Watch Football's dominated the official Central Coast Mariners YouTube channel. To be fair, though, I guess we do here on the Coast Watch Football YouTube channel, we do plenty of Mariners content and just A-League general content as well. 1K, there we go. Who was it? It has to be someone new, right? If you're watching right now and you've just joined and you've subscribed, thank you. Thanks. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Drink of water to celebrate. No, I appreciate it, guys. And that's pretty cool that we're live. We're live doing on a watch along while it's happened. So, yeah, cheers, guys. I appreciate it. It's pretty hectic too, because it's been going for the channel. I mean, we only started it up, what was it, like September last year or something? Was it GW4? Was it you, GW4? Next stop, silver play button. Let's go all the way. Cheers, Neon. Cheers, Mariners for life. Where were you when it goes? What you 1K? We're watching Victory Wanderers. Another watch along. I mean, what else would we be doing, right? But how good that that's happened live here on stream. Guys, whether you've been here for a day watching the content, whether you've been here for the last 6 months that this YouTube channel's been active, greatly appreciated. And again, the whole point of this is to build a community and to get people like you watching right now to join the conversation for Australian football, for the A-League, and all that good stuff. Michael says, congrats, definitely earned it. Cheers, man. Appreciate it. It was me just watching. Thanks, Lorette. Appreciate it. Thanks for subscribing, guys. If you have just subscribed as well, I mean, we do live watch-alongs here of A-League matches and more every single weekend and plenty of content throughout the week. As Davidson delivers a corner, Margour, strong claim. Dude, he didn't even punch it. He just plucked it out of the air. Can you see your newer subs like in order? I actually don't even know if I can pull that up. I don't know. Is that a thing? Someone let me know. I still don't, like, I'm not really, honestly, like the whole process of this YouTube channel has been a learning process more than anything. But anyway, what do you think about the game from last night? Ask Steven. Dude, brilliant result for the Mariners. Fantastic stuff. Honestly, there wasn't a poor performance from a Mariners player. The match reaction video breaking down the match will be out later tonight. But yeah, man. Get to do school assignment. Neil says, what a night. Get to do school assignments to see Cosmos Footy hit 1K. Appreciate it. School assignments. Hope I'm not too much of a distraction, but cheers, Neon. You should collab with A-League coach critics. We have. You might have missed it. We did it during preseason. Yeah. I think it was like the week. It was like a couple days before preseason. We did like a full like season preview. Had them on my Coastal Football podcast. The videos on the YouTube channel back in November. If you scroll back to November, it's somewhere around there. Wish I had the day one title. Says Xander came across the stream, was scrolling for some fun A-League content. Never looked back. Good on you, Lucky. Cheers, Xander. Appreciate the constant support, guys. Appreciate it. Past 20 minutes into this game. Can Victory get in behind again? Wanderers are just getting pumped at the moment. Not really able to break out of their own half much. Here's Margiotta. Oh, nice. Feeds it off. Give and go. Can't find him. Come on, you Wanderers. But again, I don't know who I want to win. Probably want to draw, actually. Actually, I wouldn't mind if Wanderers win because it's not really going to affect my team, Mariners. Unless later on they make a push. I mean, I think Victory, regardless, are going to finish top 6. I think if you lock in teams into top 6, I mean, what do you guys think? What teams? Amos says, what up, Australians? What up, Amos? Where are you tuning in from, my friend? Everyone say, what up, Amos? Surely a 1K tune on the guitar halftime. Yeah, maybe. Actually, my guitar isn't here, actually. It's actually downstairs. But, dude, I'll do it. MPL 2 Mariners won today as well, says Stephen at Plume Park. So good. Doing the Central Coast Mariners career mode on FIFA 21 right now. How good. Love it. I think I found you originally on TikTok. You're going through the A-League team sheets on FIFA. Ah, yes. Yeah. That was some of the early. That was like one of the first YouTube videos I did, I think. So that was early. That was early, Jezza boy. That was early. Early days. Oof. Early days. Come on, you Wanderers. We'll all done it. What's the lyrics to their songs? No, RBB. I can't remember those words, man. I know the chant. I can't remember the words. I was at the battle of the West. I was at the MacArthur Wanderers game the other day, and their chants were like ringing out the whole time, which was fantastic. I mean, it was epic support. Can't remember how those words, man. So can Wanderers do anything here? Let's hear. Oh, long ball cut off by Davidson. A beanie. So a beanie starting once again. Oh, dude, a beanie crunched into. It's play on. They have to stop it, dude. There's a head clash. You have to stop it. Miranda's just headbutted a beanie in the back of the head. You'd think that'd be a foul, right? Here's the replay. Well, that's a foul. Yeah, I don't think Miranda's collected the ball at all there. I mean, if you headbutt someone in the head, that's... I mean, Abini had no idea what was going on. He just came from behind as well. Sanders just found him on TikTok live streaming something, and I saw your Mariners shirt and clicked on it. There we go. The Mariners shirt. That was it, was it? So Abini down with that head clash. He's okay. I think he's sitting up now. Abini and Miranda involved in the head clash. But just on Abini, it's, again, he's a player who just should be performing better. I mean, he promises so much. He's got such great athleticism and strength and height, speed. The goals are the thing that's lacking to his game. Stephen found Coast Watch Football on YouTube. So good. What do you think about the red card yesterday? Mariners Adelaide. Which one? I assume you're talking about the Gauchi one. Well, I'll talk about both. Both reds. Yeah, both fair decisions. Well, the second one was a second yellow, so. The Gauchi one, yeah, clear red. I'm surprised that the ref didn't initially award it a red card. Just from looking at it. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't get any clearer than that. Like, there's no one else around, and Gauchi just takes out Orenya, so it's a clear red for me. And the second one's a second yellow. I mean, it was a silly handball by Maresh. Fortnite says, I'm an Adelaide fan, and we were horrible. Look, it didn't help. It would have been, I honestly think it would have been a different game if Adelaide kept their 11 men on the park and bringing on Goodwin at half, in the second half. There would have been a goal in there for sure for Adelaide. They always find a way. But yeah, man, I mean, the early red card cost Adelaide, absolutely, because they lacked threat. They didn't look threatening at all going forward. Fortnite says, not sure what Carl was thinking with the subs taking off 2 attackers for midfielders was dumb. I'm trying to recall those changes. I remember he brought on Goodwin and, here we go. Here's a chance for Valupale. Back heel for Margiotta. Margiotta again? What was that? He just hacked it up and fell to the ground. And it's the goal kick. So, after the early flurry in the opening 10 minutes from Melbourne Victory, it's been a little bit scrappier from both sides. Wanderers, I don't think have had a shot on goal yet, right? I don't think Wanderers have had a whole shot this whole match. But again, it's up to the guys like a Beanie, like Ogawa. I mean, Carluccio. This could be a big game for him to step up and on the big stage in the first team and show what he's got. I mean, look at him now. He's trying to chase the ball down. He's the kind of player. He's sort of similar to I guess if you want to compare it to like Josh Nisbet or who's this another similar player? Dylan Wenzel-Halls, like an attacker who just doesn't stop running and will just push defenders, push goalkeepers, put them under pressure. And that's a valuable player, kind of player to have. Sanders has got to the Wollongong Sydney MPL game like halfway through the second half. Finally got home from my flight from Canada. Met Patrick Wood after the game. Had a convo. Nice. Patrick Wood. It's a shame that he hasn't gotten more game time for Sydney FC this season. I'm not sure if injuries have been plaguing his season, but he was getting a little bit of game time early on. Patrick Wood, but I guess they're spoilt for attacking options, aren't they? The Sky Blues. It was a weird switch of play from Victory. No one was on there. Decent attendance, it looks like, again. Decent turnout here at Amy Park. There was an AFL game just across the road at the MCG earlier this afternoon. Here comes Valupale for Victory. The layoff for Davidson was the wrong decision because Carluccio is there. Half an hour into this game, we're coming up to. Still 0-0, which is positive for West Sydney Wanderers. If they could just try and hold on to... Look, I mean, Victory are always strong at home. If they could just hold Victory scoreless till half-time, then I think Mark Rudin will rate his chances in the second half. So we'll keep an eye on it, man. We'll keep an eye on how this game progresses, of course. We've had an epic round of football this weekend, man. Goals galore, of course. Brisbane Western was an entertaining game. 3 goals for the Mariners. 2 for the... I shouldn't say goals galore, actually. It was probably goals galore the week before. But there's been some big results. The 2 top teams, Western City, picking up victories. Which just that top 2 is basically locked in. I mean, I can't see any team catching those top 2 this season in the A-League. Western and City. They've just been a step above. They're so well organised, those teams. They've got so many good players. And they deserve to be up there. And aside from that, anything could happen. Here we go. Wanderers trying to get in behind again. Aquilina can't get on the end of it. Alpex, was that the MCG today? There we go. Jezza says, might be going to Sydney MacArthur to celebrate my birthday, except if Sydney don't win, it won't be a great celebration. Hopefully for your sake, Jezza, Sydney get up. Is that a midweek game this week? I think that's a midweek game this week, isn't it? Sydney MacArthur. Alpex says, yeah, no one's remotely close to the top 2. There's just been too much inconsistency. Too much inconsistency from the other teams. Yeah, and those top 2 teams define consistency in the A-League this season. Have defined consistency. Valupale winning it on the left wing. Can he beat Tate Russell? He passes inside for Margiotta, who loses it. Margiotta, he's just a bit clumsy. I don't want to use the word clumsy. He's just a bit... I mean, a couple moments here where he hasn't really necessarily... like he could have done a bit better. So, but the criticism of him probably is warranted. You want a striker coming in from overseas to perform and perform well. But it's been Nick D'Agostino, the Australian striker, who has been the star man for Victory this season. Grabbing the goals. And at the moment is ahead of Margiotta, but of course away on international duty at the moment. Here comes a switch of play for Wanderers. It won't work out for Ogawa though. Sydney MacArthur is on Wednesday. There we go. I think we've got a couple Wednesday games actually. Of course, just last week, not last week, a few days ago actually, we received the full final fixture list, which is locked in for the remainder of the season. So jump into your calendars, lock in those dates for your team's games. It's going to be an epic final month and a half or so to conclude this A-League men's season. Finals set to get underway in May. Micah says Phoenix Mariners and Jets are still in contention for finals. Absolutely. And depending on this result, Wanderers, we could potentially put Wanderers in there as well. Potentially. Come on, you Wanderers. Come on, you Wanderers. That's all I know of that chant. We'll always love you, never betray you. Come on, that's it. Come on, you Wanderers. Who do we sing for? All right. Melbourne Victory. Need to defend out here because here come West Sydney Wanderers. Antonis delivers. Acton will claim. There's still nothing really of note for the Wanderers in attack at all, which I guess that's a key storyline of their season. They're reasonably solid in defense, Wanderers, like that. It's not like they're leaking goals every single week. But just an attack, like with a team that broadens some really decent names, that's just been the big low point. And I think Wanderers fans will probably agree. I mean, that's why it's been so frustrating, because there was so much promise with the players they brought in. Win probability on the broadcast says 41.2% to Victory, 32.6% for a draw. Only just 26.2% for a Wanderers win, they're saying. Which sounds about right. Micah says, could the teams play in indoor pitches? Well, depends what you mean by indoor pitches. If I remember correctly, it would have been like 10 years ago now or so. The Wellington Phoenix played a match, I think it was against Melbourne Heart, in an indoor stadium somewhere in New Zealand. This city escapes me. Someone might know. You might know in the chat. If anyone knows, remind me. But I'm pretty sure that was an indoor stadium. Fun fact. So, yeah, man. It was like a permanent. I think it was like a permanent indoor stadium. It didn't like have a roof or anything, but yeah. All good, Xander. Oh, because of the heavy rain. Could the teams playing indoor pitches? Well, that simply wouldn't be the facilities available. When you think of us, professional quality stadiums in Australia, I mean, Marvel Stadium is the only one that springs to mind as the only one that has a roof. Again, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but in Australia, I think Marvel Stadium is the only full size, proper stadium that has a roof. Luckily, there hasn't necessarily been many washed out games. We had one a couple weeks ago, Wellington City, that was washed out at Leichhardt Oval. And I don't think there's been any... Oh, no. We had of course, in Brisbane, with, of course, the terrible floods they had up there a few weeks back. Brisbane. So there's been a couple games rained out, actually. Who are you hoping wins tonight? Lockie asks Fortnite. It's actually an interesting one. I probably Wanderers, actually, for just purely for my Mariners. Because if Victory lose, then that sort of, it's another team that we could potentially catch and replace in the top 6. So this last 10, 15 minutes or so, probably even more than that, 20 minutes, has been quite much of the same. There hasn't been too many clear openings for either side. Another foul here given away by Melbourne Victory. Gotta hate the no results thing, says Alpex. Yeah, man. Yeah. It's right. I hope they don't have to do it. Some no results will be coming, says Marcus. Well, I mean, the state of the pitches have been okay. There have been, Mariners and Adelaide played at Central Stadium, and that pitch is usually pretty good. I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. The pitch looks fine for Wellington City, says Alex. Fortnite says, so if a squad is short, does that mean they have to forfeit, or are they allowed to fill up the squad with youth or reserve team players? Yeah, it can definitely dip into their youth, of course, and reserve players. Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, that's what Newcastle had to do a little bit of on Friday. But again, that was a weird one with Newcastle. They were saying they wanted to postpone the game, but the squad they fielded was really good. It wasn't a weak squad at all. Here comes Rojas. Oh, great chance. Left-footed strike from Marco Rojas. So close. Just goes outside that far post. But good to see another decent chance created. The first one in a little while. Nice little, great little work from the Kiwi there to find the opening. I got past a couple of Wanderers defenders there. And got the strike away. Beautiful stuff. Isaac, how's it going? What happens if finals games can't be played? Well, I think that's a different story. I think, that would be a different story. Because the whole idea of the reason why they're doing the no result thing is because they want to get all the games played before finals, So if something happened during the finals, I would probably try and squeeze something in midweek or something. Hey, the Jets didn't have a goalkeeper. That's right. That was the one concern. I mean, they did say in the article on the day that they were going to be missing Jack Duncan, and they had him. Jack Duncan played, so they just needed to bring in a goalkeeper. That was really the only concern for Jets. Who will win? Your expectation? It should. I mean, Victory are favourites. Victory are favourites for sure, and rightly so. They are the better team, and Wanderers, you just don't know what you're going to get. You don't know what you're going to get. So look, Wanderers could pull off an upset here, and they've been holding them out for this opening 40 minutes. They're really clogging it up, Wanderers, especially in the middle of the park. There, they've got Keanu Bacchus tightly marking Jake Brimmer. Here comes Davidson, I should say. Oh, nice little work. Oh, Brimmer. Oh, what an effort. Jake Brimmer. What a little night. Dude, that little move again. Just the little shifts from the players and moving the ball around. And Jake Brimmer so close. Davidson, Margiotta. That was a smart pass from Francesco Margiotta and Jake Brimmer, who has been playing very well for Melbourne Victory. Hasn't necessarily been amongst the goals all that much this season. Jeez, he came close there, didn't he? Very, very close. Do you think New Zealand will make the World Cup? Well, they've done very well in their qualifiers. Sorry, not the qualifiers. I guess the mini tournament, whatever you want to call it, round robin or whatever they've done in playing overseas. I think they were playing in Qatar. And then I think New Zealand, to get through, have to defeat a team from the CONCACAF conference, the area, whatever you want to call it, which will I can't remember who it's going to be, but it'll be a tough game for them. It's a similar thing for Australia and New Zealand. They have to be good opposition if they want their place in the World Cup. So yeah, look, it's open for New Zealand, yeah, for sure. They could have signed a free agent guest goalkeeper. I guess that's Marcus. That's sort of what they did, because the keeper that they signed, whose name escapes me, didn't have a professional contract. So from a professional standpoint, I guess he was a free agent. He was playing at again, I can't remember the team they brought him up from. It was a Newcastle-based NPL side, and apparently he'd trained with the side before and everything. So. And I assume it was just like a short-term contract too. They'll probably just throw him in for this game. Here comes Melbourne Victory. Jake Brimmer delivering. It's going to come over to Valupale. Nice back heel. Oh, Davidson slipped. Victory active support. Out in numbers, as they always are. Fantastic to see. One of the great sights of the A-League. And there's another Wanderers player down. There is another Western Sydney Wanderers player down. Is it Ogawa? It might be Kejiro Ogawa. Just a short break. It's a beanie. It's a beanie. He's holding his back. He's holding his lower back. Bernie a beanie. Thoughts on Farrell's cut? I think it's kind of cool. He's sort of rocking it better than I thought. Better than I thought he would. I think his long locks were becoming so iconic. But yeah, man. They're zooming in on the broadcast. They're zooming into some like deep muddy patches on the pitch. I'm not sure why. It's only just a very small section of the pitch. Looks like Bernie Abini's going to continue on after they halted play briefly to check on him. Antonis, nice turn. Can Wanderers find a goal against the run of play here in the later stages of this first half? They haven't really created anything in attack. Oh, gosh. Carluccio just got trotted on by Davidson. But here's the action. Rojas is in behind. Can he keep it in play? It is a corner. But just before that, that little piece of action, Davidson accidentally stepped on Carluccio, who was on the ground. And it looked nasty for a second. But we're going to get a late first half corner here for Melbourne Victory. Great ball by Jake Brimmer to release Rojas. What a pass, dude. And smart by Rojas, the Kiwi, to win the corner off Kanka. So we imagine maybe 2 minutes of added time. Yep, it is going to be 2 because we did have the injury to Remy Nazarene and Bernie Abini. So will we see a goal late in this first half here? Dude, the players are packed right in front of the goal. Everyone's really tight in there. Davidson's left foot delivery is a decent one. Mungush punches only as far as Rojas. Blocked. Still on for Victory. Margiotta has to go back. He's got no support. And they're wrestling for it. Thomas Aquilina getting hacked by Volupile. Dude. What a wrestle there from Thomas Aquilina. He was getting hammered. Nishan Volupile. He's a strong player, Volupile. He's a big lad. Mark Rudin. You can see Mark Rudin on the sideline. He doesn't look too happy barking at his players. Bruce Kamau, Fortnite says Bruce Kamau isn't doing that well in Greece. Is he someone that Western Sydney Wanderers need back to score some goals? Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't. I'd be surprised if he did come back, so soon. But someone like that, yeah, they need something different. Bernie Abini, can they get on the attack here? Wanderers, nice move by Abini. He's going to play it early, and he has done. He's a great chance for Wanderers. Abini, poked away by Miranda, only as far as Carluccio. Back in. This is Antonis. Terrible strike. Nowhere near the goal. And that was Wanderers' best chance of the half. Which goes to show how poor they've been in attack. Nothing in attack. But that should take us to half-time, man. It will indeed. So 0-0. We are scoreless at the halfway break in this game. Victory 0. Wanderers 0. What do you guys make of it? What do you make of the game? You have to say victory. Certainly the better of the two sides. Jake Brimmer pulling the strings. Rojas getting in behind a couple of times. But nothing breaking down Wanderers just yet. The Wanderers have been solid enough in defence. That's probably the one positive for Western Sydney. And not major positive for Western Sydney is the fact that it's still level. It's still level, which opens the door for them in the second half to grab something. Marcus says, Fitzgerald was brought in by glory for goals, but has done nothing. I mean, yeah, don't get me started on Nick Fitzgerald, man. I think it was in a. I think we were doing a watch along for a Perth Glory game a few weeks ago. I think it was against Adelaide. It was about a month, or maybe not a month ago, but it was a few weeks ago. We were doing a watch along for Perth and Adelaide, and I was just giving it to. I wasn't giving it to Nick Fitzgerald, but I was just very critical of him. I just don't think he's A-League quality right now. Maybe ever. He came through Brisbane Roar as a really promising youngster. Good pace, good winger. Went to the Mariners, didn't do too much, and just I can't believe he's got another A-League contract. Can't believe it. So, you'd think Victory would be the one to break the deadlock in the second half, but Wanderers will like their chances. But Carluccio's already onto the pitch, of course, to replace Nazarene. That was the first real major talking point earlier on this half. And again, Carluccio. I mean, those guys. I can't remember one time that Ogawa's touched the ball this game, man. Can't remember one time. But I mean, the whole team has basically been working in defence. Even those attacking players for West Sydney Wanderers have just been working in defence for West Sydney Wanderers. All right. We're going to boil the kettle. Well, tonight we are rocking the. We had this on Friday night too. We got the. We had a big conversation with if you were there on the stream on Friday night a couple of nights ago, talking about mint chocolate, and a few of you guys liked it, which was encouraging to hear. We've got some dark mint chocolate, which I've been getting into lately. Halftime snacks. Right. Fuming after Japan's second goal. Sad after Socceroos lost to Japan. Yeah, man. That was rough, man. I mean, again, going into the game, I mean, Japan were favourites, and we had the worst lead up to the game with Graham Arnold getting COVID, with a number of players getting COVID and injuries. Key players too, Rogic, Moy, Irvine, all these guys missing. It was a dramatic build-up, and it was frustrating to lose. Frustrating to lose in the way we did, where we did so well to hold on for so long, the Socceroos, on Thursday. And then Japan 2 goals late. And if you haven't checked it out, of course, the matchday vlog for that one is up on the channel. Really cool to see that it's already picked up a couple thousand views in a couple of days, so that's cool. Come on, you wanderers. Come on, you wanderers. We'll always love you, never betray you. Come on, you wanderers. Come on, you wanderers. Come on, you wanderers. We'll always love you. Not actually a Wanderers fan. The thing that I fear the most is that while we're doing these watch-alongs, sometimes I just occasionally do other teams' chants just for lols. And someone new's going to tune in and think, is this guy a Wanderers fan? The answer is no, if you are just tuning in. Marcus says, I didn't understand why Milligan and Thompson said Arnold was using every excuse under the sun. Yeah, Arnie's post-match interview was a bit of a weird one. He was like oddly very positive. And he almost sounded like he was settling for third place. He didn't seem bothered in any way that he was that Australia had lost. It was just there was like a great screenshot of him just like smiling. He didn't look bothered in the slightest. And yeah, man. F Mills in here says, "Hi Lockie, go Mariners! It's great to see us in good form, dude. It is so good, isn't it? 2 back-to-back wins and plenty of goals. 7 goals in 2 games for the Mariners, which is a big deal for Central Coast because we're not a team that scores a lot of goals often. So it's exciting times, isn't it? Exciting times, and we've got some really big games in the run into the end of the season. So yeah, man." Alex says, we shouldn't have won either. Our defense midfield are absolutely useless. They did nothing when all they had to do was pass to our forwards, Fawn, Rolling, McLaren, Tilio, but nothing. I wouldn't go as far to say they did nothing. Like I thought they were solid enough. I thought Stenson was solid in his first appearance. Metcalf, I thought, worked hard. Sainsbury was good. Ryan Grant was a bit lackluster. If you want to point out anyone. Joel King, okay too, but yeah, I mean, just overall, the thing is, like, I mean, we talk about Graham Arnold a lot, but the quality of our squad at the moment is quite low. It really is quite low. It is quite low. Steven says Graham Arnold should be sacked as Socceroos coach. It's basically inevitable now, I guess. So stats are up on the screen for the broadcast, for the stats in this game so far. 10 shots to victory, only 1 on target. Only 1 on target. And 3 shots for Wanderers, none on target. So nothing really of note for Wanderers. 57% possession for victory. So it's all been the home side's way in this game so far. Arnold absolutely useless as Alpex. Person says, in terms of individual talent, do you think Australia more talented than Saudi Arabia or Korea? Nah. No, I don't think so. I mean, those are sort of the big names. I mean, when you look at Korea, Japan, Saudi Arabia, I mean, these are like sort of the powerhouses of Asia in football. So, oh, you meant Japan, not Korea. We could include Korea, I guess, as well. But individual talent, do you think Australia more talented than Saudi Arabia or Korea? Individual talent. Look, I mean, well, I guess we have to think who are Australia's best players. I think Matt Ryan's fantastic. Tom Rogic is probably up there as well. I think Aaron Moy is very, very good. And I think Jamie McLaren is still our best striker. But I don't know, man. I mean, you look at some of those Japanese players, a lot of them playing in like the top flight in Germany. I mean, Minamino playing for Liverpool in the Premier League. I mean, like, just some to name. And it just goes to show, I mean, look, if you just look at the groups, like if we genuinely had the quality, we would have killed off those games where we drew earlier in the qualifying campaign. So, yeah, man. Fab says, what a dead game. I think it's been okay, man. I think it's been okay. It's been all Melbourne Victory. if you're a Wanderers fan, it certainly has been dead. Chesapeake says Arnold out. I believe people are underestimating Japan and Saudi Arabia and acting like we bottled it too much. I don't think it's about bottling against Japan and Saudi Arabia. I think it's about bottling it against the lower place teams. When you look at against Oman, obviously we got the big 4-0 win against Vietnam, but there was a couple. We had a few draws there that just easily could have been wins, and it would have completely changed the run in to these last few rounds. See you, man. What's even the point of playing Saudi now? Says Albex. Well, Arnie sort of said he's going to give some of the young guys a run. Gigi says, please go live playing FIFA. We've got a game to watch, my friend. We've got a gripping A-League contest. Half-time. Victory 0, Wanderers 0. But yeah, man. I mean, I'm hoping some young. I hope Tilio starts against Saudi Arabia. I hope Falami gets a run. I hope Ben Falami gets a run. Natty Atkinson. Would love to see Nat Atkinson start. You know, whether we give Danny Vukovic a run at running goals just for something different, because again, it doesn't mean anything the result in the Saudi game. So both Saudi Arabia and Japan have qualified for the World Cup. Socceroos. I've got to do it the hard way. We're going to play the third place team from the other group, from the other Asian group. And then if we win that in June, we take on I think there's a couple of teams it could potentially be, but we could take on a South American side. So yeah, man. Jezebel says, yeah, we should have capitalized against those teams, which is disappointing. Yeah, that's a frustrating thing. I mean, those draws, like, it just hurt us so much, man. Like, we shouldn't have been going into these last two games. I mean, these two games, we're taking on Japan and Saudi Arabia, like the two of the best sides in Asia. Two of the best sides in Asia. I mean, we shouldn't had to, like, we basically going in needing to win both games. We were always up against it. So it didn't have to be like this, hey. Ooh. Interesting question, Fortnite. Where do you see the Socceroos in 5 years' time? It's quite strange we don't have better talent considering we're so multicultural. Is it a scouting problem? It's a big question. I will say the youth that are coming through now, and by youth, I mean like the younger guys in the Socceroos squad, like Tilio, Metcalf, Stensness, Atkinson, Devlin, John Rowe. I like all of these players. Falami, D'Agostino. Like, there's good players there, man. There's good players there. Harry Sutar's still young. I think Joel King's okay. I think and all these players are just going to get better and better. And all these players are going to, we're seeing already, us playing at a good level. When you look at Cam Devlin and Atkinson playing over at Hearts in Scotland, when you see Jean Roux playing regular football for Toulouse in France, Metcalf securing a move to the second division in Germany for St. Pauli. I mean, these are good moves for young Australians who just need to get experience at a good level. And we saw good camaraderie in that group in the Olympics last year. And I think with some good, experience at a really good level overseas, some of those players could become really, really good. The next Tom Rogic's, the next Darren Moy. We'll see. So, it's an interesting one. I don't know if there's like a scouting problem. I mean, a lot of this obviously is Australia's players, the national team players now have come through the A-League. Like, almost everyone's just come through the A-League. So we have to look at the A-League and think, what are teams doing? Is there enough young players getting enough game time in the A-League? And that has been a talking point that has been brought up a lot in terms of, should we be bringing in all these overseas players? Should we be giving some young guys a run? And you see teams like Adelaide, like Mariners, giving a run to some younger Australian players. Sydney FC at times have got some good young guys coming through as well. So it's look, I personally, I'd love to see more young players get given a run in the A-League. Give them time to develop. And then if they're good enough, secure a move overseas and perform and have as well put in some good performances for the Socceroos. So look, I've got a hope for when we look at I'm really looking forward to the next campaign, the next run as we hope to. I mean, hopefully we qualify for this World Cup coming up this year. But if we don't, I'm looking ahead with optimism to 2026 World Cup in Canada, USA, and Mexico, and that qualifying campaign, knowing that we've got so many of these young guys that I mentioned just a moment ago, that I'm sure will be key players for us. Key players for us as we hopefully push to qualify for another World Cup. Alpex says, honestly, I think we're at the point where most of our legends have slowed down in playing, and now we're slowly building up on growing our young players who may be legends as years go on. Yeah, and it's a shame. It's a shame that this generation now, who's currently sort of in their prime, players like Awen Mobile, I guess Martin Boyle. I don't really want to put Tom Rogic in it. I mean, Tom Rogic has been playing for the Socceroos for a while now. Jackson Irvine, maybe. I mean, these players of this current generation who are sort of in their prime haven't done enough for us to secure our place in the World Cup. It's a shame. It's a shame. And now do we just have to look forward to the next generation? It's a little bit like that. Again, we've got 2 massive games coming up, hopefully 2, for the qualifiers for the Socceroos. Stephen raises a positive point. Hey, at least Ange took us to the 2015 Asian Cup. Obviously, that was feels like a long time since then, but yeah, of course, that was a fantastic achievement for Ange and the Socceroos. As the teams are out in the field for the second half here, Melbourne Victory, Western City Wanderers taking place at Amy Park in Melbourne. Who will be the ones to break the deadlock? It should be Victory. Based on the first half, it should be Victory. And look at this. Victory are out on the field now. No sign of Western City Wanderers. No sign of Western City Wanderers. The live ladder, if this result stays as is, Victory will push into 4th place on the ladder. Even if they get a win Victory, they'll still push into 4th place. They won't catch Adelaide just yet on 3rd place, who are on 28 points. And for Western Sydney Wanderers, this result doesn't help them too much. They'll still be at 10th place on the ladder. If Wanderers could pick up a win, though, they will push into probably 9th place. I don't think they'll crack Mariners and goal difference. Whew. So, look, a sense of desperation now, I think, for Wanderers in terms of wanting to stay in touch with that breakaway group who are now chasing the top 6. And Wanderers a team who as it stands, would have played 18 games, a game extra than some of those teams ahead of them. So, quite important for Wanderers to get a result here, as West Sydney finally now do come out of the tunnel. Ready for the second half. A little bit late, but they're finally here. Come on, you Wanderers. So, we'll keep an eye if there's been any changes tactically or personnel as the second half gets underway. Here we go. So that long halftime break, Wanderers coming out late, suggests that Mark Rudin might have been having quite a deep conversation with his team at halftime, getting them up for the second half. Would you rather have Kevin Muscat on a new coach or keep Graham Arnold? I think Graham Arnold has to go. I mean, sure, Kevin Muscat. I mean, I don't know if I'm all on board for Kevin Muscat. I mean, it's worth a shot. But I'm sort of more keen for an international coach to come in again, an experienced overseas coach from Europe, wherever, to try something different. But I wouldn't. I don't think we should stick with Graham, and I don't think anyone wants to. Hey. Come on, you Wanderers. Come on, you Wanderers. We'll always love you, never betray you. Come on, you Wanderers. Okay. So Wanderers on the front foot early in this second half. Still got it with a throw-in. So let's see if they can capitalise early in the second half, man. Would make for... if Wanderers score first, then this could turn into a really entertaining game. Wanderers, the underdogs in this game. Here it's going to fall for Ugarkovic, who hits. And the deflection off Hamill takes it wide. Steven Ugarkovic. A player who does like a long-range strike. Arnie should go to an A-League men's side like Sydney. Well, the team where he was so successful at for a number of years. But I'm sure Arnie would do well if he was back in the A-League. Here's Antonis with a corner for Wanderers. Near post, gets headed away. Antonis, high ball back inside. Kankar heads back. A beanie. Victory, get it away. This is good early pressure by the Wanderers, but looks like Victory will break away. Ball bouncing around midfield. Victory control it in the back line. Ooh, nicely won there. Aquilina on the front foot. Again, Wanderers. 1-2. Have they won another corner? No, it is a goal kick. Wow. The real question, Alex says, the real question is, give the coach role to the dirtiest player in the world or Arnie Ball? Maxi, how's it going? Did you watch the Knicks yesterday? Didn't watch the Knicks yesterday, but I'm going to catch up on it. But late win. Nick Pennington with a late one for Phoenix. What a massive 3 points. Important win for Phoenix too. All right, Victory. Can they create their first attack of the second half? Good movement here by their attacking front four, but again, that's probably been the story of their game so far. They've been some good movements, some good little individual moments, but a couple of times they're just not quite linking up as well as they would have liked. Paul going out of play again there. Ball with Davidson on the left. Inside for Rojas, who's coming in field. Well done, Carluccio. Oh, that's a good pass. The Beanie's 1-on-1 with Hamill. Is that a foul? Oh, dude. I don't know, man. Victory have won the free kick. A Beanie adjudged to have fouled Brendan Hamill there. I don't know about that, man. Sort of shoulder to shoulder. Shoulder to shoulder. You just wonder how soon until maybe Tony Popovic gets a bit restless and deploys some changes to his side here. If they're unable to break down this Wanderers defensive setup. Brendan Hamill playing it out from the back. Dribbling it out from the back all the way to the halfway line. Still Hamill. Brillante. Nice pass for Rojas. Look at Rojas. Well done, Aquilina. Standing him up. I think surely that went out of play. They're still going. Surely that went out for a goal kick. Brillante's delivery is blocked by Kankar. Elite says, odd idea, but you should react to the best European ultras or best South American fans. It's a cool idea. Don't really do much content for overseas leagues, though. Tim Cahill could coach us, Stephen. I'm not sure if whether Timmy would be up for it. All right, Victory. Oh, quickly taken corner. Davidson's near post strike, saved by Margush. Nice little opening there for the finger bun. Of course, the pink hair on top of Davidson's head. Looking like an iced finger bun. But he's rocking it. Here we go. Davidson again. And this time he chips it up, but it's a wrong decision. It goes nowhere near anyone. Oh, wow. Attendance for this game, probably just over 10,000, I'm going to say. Doesn't look like too much more. Pretty warm day in Melbourne as far as I'm aware. Got into the high 20s. Ooh, Kanka almost spilling it at the back. Margiotta trying to chase it down. Margush's clearance goes out for a throw-in. In a good position for Melbourne Victory. A goal's coming, man. I'm telling you right now. Here's Guerrier with a bit of space, and he strikes. Margush saves, and the follow-up. Oh, what a save. The legs of Margush denying Rojas from point-blank range. Here comes Guerrier again, poking it through. Rojas is clearly offside, and Margush claims as he screams at his defenders. But what a chance. Guerrier's initial strike and the follow-up. Oh, what a double save from Margush. That was remarkable from Daniel Margush. Epic stuff. Epic stuff from the Wanderers custodian. So, Miranda for Victory. 57% possession up to this point for the home side. Only 43 for Wanderers. Again, ball over the top from, this time from Broxham, goes out of play for Victory. Two former A-League regulars in the coaching positions for both sides. Of course, Mark Rodan, formerly of Sydney FC and Adelaide United. And Tony Popovich spending time with the Sydney FC as well. Popovich's third coaching gig in the A-League, of course. Formerly at Wanderers, where he won a Premier's Plate and, of course, the Asian Champions League. Took Perth Glory to a grand final in his first season in charge as well. KL for the Socceroos. Get that hashtag trending, eh? And it looks like James Troisi is preparing to come on for the Wanderers, which is a good change. Good player is James Troisi, former Melbourne Victory midfielder. And Wanderers have won a free kick here after Brendan Hamill was adjudged to have fouled opposition player. So going to be interesting to see who they bring off in place for Troisi. Antone is probably the most likely option, but again, it could really be anyone. They could shift the shape around if they choose to. Ogawa's been pretty pedestrian this this whole game. So, Antonis' free kick. Here we go. One-man wall for Victory. Tall timber. Keep an eye on for Tommy Masella. Here it comes. Comes out to the far post, and it's going to be a goal kick. A goal kick. It was left by Keanu Bacchus. He thought it was going to be a corner. Dude, we see that. We actually see that happen a lot, where a player will leave it thinking that, yeah, I'm going to win this. You know? Came off of it. Oh, dude, and it absolutely should have been a corner. Comes off the head of Jason Guerrier quite clearly. Quite clearly. Wanderers get the ball back off a throw-in, though. Just realized, Lockie, you reached 1K subs. We did indeed, man. Yeah. It was, I think it was like 10 minutes into the stream or something. Everyone let me know. So, yeah, how exciting. Click corner Sasaki. Yeah, I agree. Definitely. Throwing Wanderers on the halfway line. James Troisi warming up on the sidelines. Wanderers are a lot more positive in the second half, though. Here's Carluccio. And an opening on the right wing here. It's Tate Russell who hits it. Straight into the arms. Got good power on it, but straight into the arms of Matt Acton. But again, better. Better from Wanderers. After they were, again, lackluster in the first half. Thanks, Zach. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Victory's chance to attack here. Here's Velupale with a long-range strike. Oh! Oh, that would have been a spectacular goal from Nishan Velupale if that had gone into the back of the net. Wow, man. Nishan Velupale. Oh, it's just drifted wide. Just drifted wide. It's a solid hit, man. Solid hit. Good to see Velupale getting some more game time as well. And, of course, in place of Ben Falami, who's on the international duty. Good run by Aquilina. Can't find a teammate, though. Melbourne Victory looked to spring away quickly on the counter-attack. Davidson. Wanderers back in possession. Approaching the hour mark in this game. Still 0-0 between these two sides. Wanderers looking much brighter in the second half, though. Quite even so far. Oh, that's a nice little move down the left. Thomas Aquilina. He can play it inside. Here's Steven Ugarkovic. Oh, what a block by Miranda. That's a massive defensive intervention by the Portuguese defender. Wonderful little play down the left. Aquilina, Ogawa, and Ugarkovic getting involved in attack. This is very good. And Victory preparing a couple of changes too. Economides and Raimashan. Fresh legs for both sides. Preparing to come on at this hour mark. This game. First half, which was didn't have too much excitement. The second half has been pretty entertaining so far. Jake Brimmer in midfield now for Victory. Nice little move. Margiotta swinging it out left. That's a great pass. Davidson. Trying to bring it out. Oh, good turn, Davidson. Here's Margiotta. Big chance Victory. Across for Rojas. They overplayed it. Have a hit. Have a hit. Francesco Margiotta. Have a shot, son. You had the opening. And he plays it over for Rojas. What is Rojas meant to do there? They overplayed it. Absolutely, Melbourne Victory. Margiotta had all the time in the world. And they screwed it up. Alpex says Wanderers' first shot and target took 56 minutes. There you go. Coming over to Wellington. not this time. I had a couple of people ask me that. I wish I could. Not this time, though. Cornering for Victory. Near post. Cleared away by Ugarkovic. Getting involved in attack and defense. Oh, man. Victory close again. Changes will be made now. Velupale coming off to be replaced by the more experienced Chris Economides for the home side. And Ryan Mashan will be entering the field as well to replace the man who's just played his 351st A-League game, Lee Broxham. What a legend. Melbourne Victory legend. And Terry Antonis will be replaced in that number 10 position by former Victory midfielder James Troisi. So some fresh legs for both sides, which, again, will hopefully add to the excitement that we're already seeing unfold in this game. Victory out in a wide position here. Can they work it in? Wanderers deal with it. And can they break away here quickly on the counter-attack? Nice passing. Here's Ugarkovic going down the left. He's got Agawa to his left, and he does go to him. The Japanese winger taken on Geria. Poor delivery inside. Gets cleared away. Whew. Updated lineup for Melbourne Victory. Economides and Ryan Mashan on to create something different in the midfield area for Victory. Here's Ugarkovic. Wanderers trying to build something now. A little bit of space for Backers, who turns and strikes nowhere near goal. Nowhere near goal. We've seen some poor execution of strikes in this game, haven't we? Strikes and deliveries. Many of them off target. So there is James Troisi in that number 10 role, replacing Terry Antonis. Zach says Popovic should not be taking off Valuplay. He's doing a great job. He's been lively enough. He's been lively, but you do want Chris Economides on there. He's a player who could create something. Win probability has shifted a little bit in favor of a draw, according to the broadcast. 45.2% chance of a draw, according to the broadcast, according to the win probability. Still only a 20% chance of Wanderers winning. You have to think as this game goes on, Victory are going to push harder and harder for the winner for the 3 points. Here's Rojas on the right, taking on Aquilina. Rojas cutting inside and out. Teeing it off for, oh my God, for Margiotta, who absolutely screwed up that shot. Sails high over the goal. Very, very high over the goal. What do you think of Wellington Phoenix? A decent side who has done well considering the circumstances they've been playing under this season, of course, away from home. But some key players that they brought in halfway through the season, Scott Wooten and Sandoval, I think have been key for them. And great to see that they're getting back home to play a couple of games later on in the season. Cheza says, what a shocker of a shot just then. Yeah, I mean, he completely screwed up the technique there, didn't he, Margiotta? The timing of it and everything. All right. Oh, here we go. Victory springing forward again. Some really quick attacks here. Both teams finding a bit of space. Davidson surely offside here. We play on. Again. Look, credit to Wanderers in defence who have been solid enough to deny Victory too many clear-cut chances. Miranda's getting forward now for Victory. Look at him go. The big Portuguese defender. He's been a great addition to the A-League, Roderick Miranda. Rojas used to play for Phoenix. He did indeed. Back in the day. Back in the day. Oh, Jason Geria. Jason Geria just stuffing up that pass there. Wanderers win it. Throw in on the halfway line. Dude, and honestly, at this point, anyone could score. This has been a very end-to-end and even second half. Here's Ogawa on the left. Ugarkovic, Troisi, nice little 1-2, give and go. And again with a beanie, and it's going to be poked away for a corner. This, dude, we saw a very sleepy Wanderers in the first half. They were in the sheds for a little while. They came out late. And my goodness, have they looked like a different team? This has been very good. Very, very good. Very promising signs for Western Sydney Wanderers as they have another corner here. Keep an eye out for Marcella, for Kanka, for Abini, the tall timber. Ugarkovic's delivery. Acton misses the punch, and it will be another corner, will it? Yes, it will. Zach says, I miss Besat Barisha. A-League legend he was. A-League legend. Well, that corner taken by Ugarkovic was just picked off by Rojas. And Victory is springing the other way and have 4 and 3 here. Still going now. Economides down the left. Can they do it, Melbourne Victory? Can they do it? Cross is well blocked by Tate Russell. And it's going to be a corner at the other end of the pitch. Melbourne Victory. Chris Economides winning the corner. Looks like it's going to be delivered from the right foot of Jake Brimmer in swinging corner. Low cross, easily headed away by Russell at the near post, though. Poor delivery. Very poor delivery from Jake Brimmer, who usually is a decent delivery. And Wanderers now coming on the counter, and that is a blatant yellow card for Brendan Hamill, who has just axed down Bernie Abini. Good win for Central Coast yesterday, and well done on picking all 4 games correctly. Did I actually? I always forget my predictions, but I think you're right. I think I did, didn't I? To be fair, the predictions for this round probably easier than usual. But I did get the Jets Sydney game wrong. I don't think anyone expected the Jets win, though. To be fair. Western Sydney Wanderers, their turn to go on the front foot now. It really is end-to-end stuff. Here we go. Troisi in the box. That's got to be a high boot on Brillante. It's play on. It's play on. Surely that was a high boot. It was really close. Oh, Victory could break here. Brimmer trying to get around Missella. Still going Jakey Brimmer. 2 former Perth Glory teammates. Here comes Brimmer. Gets the delivery in. Goes over the goal, man. Dude, this second half's completely different to the first. Someone said in the chat how it was a dead game in the first half. Well, my goodness, hasn't this exploded into life in the second? And it's been non-stop since the 45th minute. Jake Brimmer this time trying to create for his side. Wow, man. Luke asks, do you think Western Wanderers will make the top 6? I think it's going to be difficult for them. Well, I'll tell you what, my answer might be different depending... My answer will depend on the result of this game. If Wanderers win, then the door is absolutely still open to them. This game is almost a must-win. This game is almost a must-win for Wanderers, the way it's looking. If they don't win this, then it's going to be interesting. It's going to be quite difficult, I reckon. If they lose, then it's going to be very hard. Here's Marchiotta for Victory. So I don't think Wanderers will. Look, they're a chance, but I don't think Wanderers will. I think there's other teams, when you look at Phoenix, Mariners, Jets, all chasing. Wanderers in 10th place might miss out again for a, 5th or 6th consecutive year. Here comes Jason Guerrier. Can't get past the back line. Ogawa looks like he's picked up a knock. Heads it clear. Again, Wanderers just in the road. And again, there could be another counter-attack coming here. Bacchus looking to play in behind Carluccio. It's a great pass, and Carluccio slides in. Well done, Matt Acton, to sprint off his line. And Carluccio's down hurt. Carluccio is down hurt. Matt Acton, though, great reading of the game to get off his line quickly there. It was a great pass from Bacchus, man. Really great pass. And have a look at this replay, actually. It wasn't a foul by either player. And I didn't see Carluccio pick up a knock there, but he looks really hurt. He's down and he's in pain. And Matt Acton's down too. Okay. Who will miss out in top 4? Arsenal, Manchester United, Tottenham, or West Ham or Wolves? I think there's a couple teams... Probably are. I think a bunch of those. I think only a couple of those teams are still in contention. Probably Arsenal will get it, I reckon. Think there's still going to be a goal, says Malcolm. Yeah, I think we're going to see one, man. Both these teams just getting a little bit more desperate as the game wears on. And Premier League relegation. Yeah, I reckon Norwich, Burnley, and Watford. For me. So Carluccio, will he play on? He's coming from the field. Arsenal top 4, says Jezeboy. Good morning from Brazil. Tuning all the way in from Brazil. How good. What's the time over there in Brazil? Carluccio looks like he's good to continue. Good support shown from both sides. Good to see some West Sydney Wanderers fans at the ground too. Roderick Miranda, Portuguese defender, playing it in for Ryan Machan, the Spanish midfielder, for Victory. Just probably getting slightly frustrated as this game's going on. The fact that they haven't still found this goal. Here's Brimmer now. Again, not on the same wavelength as Economides. Frustrating little moments for Victory for them aren't working out. Wanderers looking to play their way out of this high press from Melbourne Victory. You can see them pushing right up here, the Victory players. That's a great pass from Marcelo to find Aquilina. Not an ideal return for Ogawa, though. And this could be an opening for Victory. Margiotta, he has to play that pass. He has to play that pass for Rojas. They still go on. Aquilina trying to hold off Brimmer. Oh, dude, Margiotta has to play that pass first time for Rojas. There was a massive gap opening in the middle there in that Wanderers defense, man. Massive gap. Dominic says, I think Melbourne Victory will kill the match in the last minute. I think we could see it happen. How often do we see the late winners, man? Victory could do it. They've got the personnel. They've got the danger men on the park. Brimmer, Rojas, Economides, Margiotta. That front four. All have the potential to grabbing a winner. The Jules 1 stats on the broadcast. 38 for Victory, 39 for Wanderers. It's very even. Plenty of duels throughout this game so far. It's been a physical contest. Here's Rojas taking on Aquilina. Back for Brillante. Keeping things ticking in midfield. Josh Brillante, the captain. 1-2. Give and go with Jason Gary, who finds some space and can deliver, and he does. Economides' his header. Goes out for a goal kick. Can't direct a goal with. Got some good power on that, man. Got some good power on that, but couldn't find the target. Mariners for Life is frustrating to watch. How many people were at the Australia game? Just 41,000, just over 41,000, which is probably a bit lower than people would have hoped. The weather was pretty shocking in Sydney. it was bucketing down just before the game, on the day of the game. Victory will snatch a late goal and then immediately give up an equaliser. That'd be pretty dramatic. We are into the final 15 minutes of regular time, and still we are without a goal. The second half has been really exciting stuff. Victory, just in the last 5 minutes though, beginning to regain control. Here's Wanderers now on the ball. James Troisi. You can see a lot more forward runs, a lot more forward thinking, a lot more positivity from Wanderers in the second half. Their fans so desperate for their side to return to the finals, and they really need to win this game. Otherwise, it's going to become very difficult for them. Here's Jason Guerrier down the right for Victory. Delivers. Kankar clears. It's going to be another corner. Spicy stuff, man. This is spicy stuff. Francesco Margiotta the Italian striker. He's been involved in it today. He's been amongst the action, but hasn't quite worked out for him. They're missing the clinical nature of Nick D'Agostino and the pace and unpredictable ability that Ben Falami has. 2 players on international duty. Victory's corner comes to Guerrier. Cleared away. Economides back in. And Hamill. Oh, what a chance. And sort of out of nothing. The ball was hit back in with hope by Chris Economides. And Brendan Hamill just plays it across the face of goal. And is it another corner? It is. So it must have taken a touch off Margush. Maybe it was an incredible save. The chance looked like it was gone. But Hamill, well, yeah, looks like it takes a touch off Margush. So well done, Margush, for making his body close. So close as Jezeboy. Another corner for Victory. This time headed away by Bacchus and cleared by Troisi. Only as far as Ramashan. Dude. Throw in for Victory. Is there a goal? Is there a goal coming soon? Here's Jake Brimmer on the ball. Davidson. Economides. Davidson. Can't find the return ball for Economides, but Brimmer might win it back. Margiotta again can't control it. We were talking about Francesco Margiotta earlier on in the watch-along and how he hasn't necessarily been performing all that well, and this game has just backed that up. He's been a bit lackluster again. Bit more pressure here in the final third from Wanderers. The XG, the expected goals is up to 2. Is up to 2 for Melbourne Victory. So you'd think it's going to come soon enough. It's Economides in the box. It's going to be another corner for the home side. Another corner. And a yellow card. Is that for Stevie Ugarkovic for complaining? I think Ugarkovic has just picked up a booking for, we assume, complaining to the referee. Another Jake Brimmer delivery. Hopefully a better one this time. Keanu Bacchus is patrolling that near post. It does get past him, and Margush does well to claim. Margush has been strong enough. Has been strong this game. Commanded his box well enough. The Wanderers keeper. A goalkeeper who wasn't starting the opening rounds of the season. Spanish goalkeeper Thomas Mejias was a first choice, but Margush has claimed that role in the past couple months. I have heard of Goldbridge TV on YouTube, yes. I am familiar with Mark Goldbridge and his work. So we're going to see a double change now for Melbourne Victory youngsters. Burke and Kodar and Leighton Brooks coming on. Two good players, especially Leighton Brooks, really, really talented. So Kodar will be coming on to replace captain Josh Belante for some fresh legs in midfield. And Brooks coming on to replace Margiotta. So that might mean whether we see potentially Economides go through the middle. It will be Economides through the middle. We're into the final 10 minutes of regular time here. What do you guys think? We're going to see a goal soon? Who will crack it? Who's going to crack it? You'd think the home team are the more likely. Troisi just slams it away from Rojas. Again, guys, if you have enjoyed this watch along, make sure to hit that like button. It does help me out a whole lot. We're doing A-League live watch-alongs every single weekend here. And this has been a pretty entertaining game, pretty entertaining second half to close out this round 20 of the A-League men's competition. Tate Russell delivering a long ball. It's headed away by Hamill, and Kodar will try and get it away. Troisi, his strike. He's asking for the handball, but Hamill's Arms were tucked behind his back. Here's Aquilina. Thomas Aquilina can't make a break into the box, and Victory can break away. Victory. Pushing forward with speed. Rojas coming infield again, into the box. Trying to force his way through. Aquilina's there to deal with it. He's played well tonight, Thomas Aquilina. But will there be an attacker on either side who will step up in this game? If Wanderers could snatch this late, man. I mean, they've done so well to hold out Melbourne Victory. You really have to give credit to West Sydney Wanderers. Defensively have been really, really solid. And we've got the updated lineup on the screen now to show. Economides is going to be run through the middle there. Leighton Brooks coming off the left with Burke and Curta playing in midfield. No D'Agostino, no goal. I mean, I think they are missing him today. Could Jake Brimmer get through? Well done, Philip Cancart. It's a great clearance. Great desperation by the young defender. Really good desperation. Rojas. Guerrier down the right. Will it be goal time? Could this end 0-0? You'd think a 0-0... Look, I think Wanderers will take it. I think Wanderers will take the draw. Victory at home, with the quality they have, are always expected to win at home, and they've had the chances. Here's Davidson cutting inside. Trying to play through again. Goes too far. The pass was poor from Davidson. And it's going to be another substitution. Stefan Negro's coming on to replace Jason Gary at right back. Gary's put in a pretty solid shift as well. Getting forward at times too, Jason Gary. So, fifth and final change is on the park for the home side. I think Wanderers might have still one more change to make, if I'm not mistaken. Need my boy Falami, says Ethan. I think they've missed him, man. I think they've missed the directness, if you like, of Ben Falami. His ability to take players on. Victory active support making plenty of noise in Amy Park, trying to push their team on for a late goal. A late winner, potentially. Melicella's long ball. Beanie can't get the flick on, though. Later stages of this game. The goal has been brewing for the entire 86 minutes for the home side. They just haven't been able to crack this Wanderers defence, who has been really quite solid in this game, eh? Hey, Dean. No, it wasn't at the game last night, actually. Missed out last night. But a great win for the Mariners, wasn't it? Here's Brooks. Oh, good strike. Leighton Brooks on target. Straight at Margush. Alpex says this game has had 3 shots on target total. There you go. It doesn't mean it hasn't been entertaining, man. It's been pretty gripping stuff end to end, but defensively, both teams quite strong. Quite strong, hey. Do you think Brooks should get more playing time for Victory? I think he's a young guy who has a lot of promise. Oh, that's a terrible challenge by Roderick Miranda. This is a potential red card. This could change the game. That's a terrible challenge by Roderick Miranda. And it's going to be a yellow card. Now, hold on. This has to be checked by VAR. On initial looking, dude, I don't know. I don't know why defenders do this. He flew in with his studs up. Oh, he doesn't get much of Carluccio, but he flew in with his studs up. It's a remarkable tackle from Miranda. And again, I don't understand. I mean, he's in the middle of the park. There's no real reason to go in with that much desperation. And he's potentially really hurt Carluccio there. I never understand why defenders do that. VAR are checking it. VAR are checking it. And the studs are well and truly... He does make contact with the top of the boot. What do you guys think? That's a red? That's a red we're seeing? Oh, dude. Honestly, I think I wouldn't be disappointed with the red. Zach says red as well. Roderick Miranda flying in. Honestly, Sean Evans is the referee. Will he give a red card? Will he overrule his decision? This could change the game. He's reaching to his pocket. The yellow card is out. Is he going to overturn it? This is drama late on in the game. Yellow card is wiped out, and the red card is out for Roderick Miranda, who is sent from the field. He's sent from the field late in this game. An absolutely barbaric challenge by the Portuguese defender. I don't understand why defenders do that. No reason to fly in like that. And he can't have any reason to complain. Jezza Boy says it's a red as well. Red though says Mariners for life. I don't understand why defenders do that. Not defend any player. Anyone does it. But you can't complain when you go in with your studs up like that at such speed, with such velocity. Looks like the chat's in agreement for the red card. And this all of a sudden changes the game. It's going to make it very hard for Melbourne Victory to get 3 points out of this game now. Wanderers will be liking their chances, and we will see some big minutes for at a time, which the board will be shown real soon. Wanderers on the left wing. So Victory are down a man at the back and have made all of their substitutions, so they can't bring on an extra defender. Here's Leighton Brooks. Could Victory snatch it on the counter? Philip Kankar, ball in for Economides. He's in on goal. Economides. What a save, Margush. What a save, Margush, who is potentially keeping the season alive for Western Sydney Wanderers. That's how big it is. That's how big it is for Western Sydney Wanderers, man. They can't afford to lose this game, Western Sydney. Corner comes in, and it's in the back of the net. Melbourne Victory score. It's Jason Davidson. It's Jason Davidson who has stolen it late. Insane drama. Incredible scenes at Amy Park. Roderick Miranda, their star defender, sent off. They go up the other end of the pitch. And Davidson, who has worked so hard this game from left back, has put the ball in the back of the net off the set piece. Chat's going off. It was a quickly taken corner. Davidson went short. It wasn't even Davidson, was it? It was the 1-2. No, it was. Oh, it's an incredible goal. They're showing the replay. Davidson, a 1-2 from the corner, and way too easy. Wanderers coach Mark Rudan will be filthy with that. He will be filthy with that. Because that is stupendous defending from Western Sydney Wanderers to let the corner take a waltz in and smash it into the top of the net. Huge 3 points for Melbourne Victory. Western Sydney Wanderers. This result might cost them the season. Another consecutive season missing out on finals football for Western Sydney Wanderers. Insane, dude. Insane. Unbelievable, says Marcus. I said it, dude. I knew we were going to have late drama, man. I knew the goal was brewing. The goal was brewing. Western Sydney Wanderers fell asleep, says Alpex. Final moments. Wanderers need to throw everything forward now. We haven't seen on the broadcast how much added time has been awarded. Has been given, I should say. Adama Traore has just entered the field to replace left-back Thomas Aquilina. Former Victory defender. Corner here for Wanderers. Delivered by Ugarkovic. Comes away. Oh, the strike goes over the bar. I think it was Carluccio. It was. The youngster with an opportunity to equalise it. We've got 5 minutes of injury time, so I've got 2.5 left to play. It's been a gripping second half, and it's ending just as epic as we hoped. And the camera has just flicked over to Mark Rudan, who is blowing up right now. He is blowing up right now. He's just kicked some water bottles. His side, Mark Rudan, brought into this team a couple months into the season to turn it around, to help them finish in the top 6. And he has struggled. They've struggled for consistency. That's been the key factor for this season. Wow, man. Melbourne boys are still number 1, says Zach. Who scored? Jason Davidson. Jason Davidson at the end. Wanderers fans in the stands. Heartbroken after their team has performed so well. Forward by Marcella for the Wanderers. Again, remember, they only have 10 men, Melbourne Victory. Only 10 men. It's Lee Broxham who is slotted into the back line. Sorry, not Lee Broxham. Roderick Miranda. Ugarkovic sends a long ball into the box. Numbers are forward for Wanderers. Well done, Davidson, to head it clear. With that goal, with the performance he's put in that Victory back line. It's worthy of a Man of the Match award. The pink-haired Jason Davidson. Ball in for Wanderers. It's still on there. It's bouncing around. And it's a penalty! It's a penalty for the Wanderers! Incredible! Handball! Handball, Wanderers! Handball by Brendan Hamill. And there is no, dude. There is no protests from the Victory defense. There is no protests from Brendan Hamill, a former Wanderers defender. Oh, it absolutely hits his hand, dude. It absolutely hits his hand. What do you guys think? Penalty? I think it has to be. And, dude, right at the death, we have 5 minutes of injury time. So this could be the last kick. It's going to be Steven Ugarkovic to step up and take it for Wanderers. Steven Ugarkovic up against Matt Acton, the goalkeeper who was called in to this game to replace Ivan Kalava. Here we go. Matt Acton. Can he be the hero for Melbourne Victory here? This could be a valuable point for Western Sydney Wanderers in the context of this A-League season. This is a monumental penalty kick. Steven Ugarkovic, the midfielder for Wanderers. Can he slot it home? Here we go. He steps up. Ugarkovic scores! 1-1. Utter scenes at Amy Park. And knee slides from Steven Ugarkovic. Mark Rudan celebrates on the sidelines. Insane stuff. Insane stuff, dude. The handball. They're showing the replay. Has to be a handball, right? Has to be a handball, right? Steven Ugarkovic puts it home. And it's 1-1. And that could be a valuable point for West Sydney Wanderers as they try to keep their season alive, their push for the top 6. So desperate to finish in the finals, West Sydney Wanderers, after missing out in recent years. but Steven Ugarkovic, and it's his first goal of the season. How about that? What a crucial time. What a big moment. Imagine if he'd missed, though. Imagine if he'd missed. And will that be full time? Will we see any extra minutes played on? The football still continues. The football still continues. Wanderers. They're getting forward again here. And I think that's going to be thrown for Western Sydney on the right wing. This is it. This is do or die stuff. This is do or die stuff. And that's full time. And that's full time. Well, an insane end. Melbourne Victory have certainly had. Amy Parker's seen a number of dramatic ends to games this season. And we've seen another one here. Melbourne Victory 1. West Sydney Wanderers 1. Jason Davidson scoring a miraculous goal off a quickly taken corner. And it looked like the winner for the home side. But Western Sydney Wanderers step up with a late penalty. Steven Ugarkovic comes up clutch. His first goal of the season could potentially save this campaign for Western Sydney Wanderers. Victory. The players looked dejected, disappointed, but 2 injury time goals at the end. Great result for Central Coast Mariners fans. This Mariners for life. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, mate. You're not wrong. That probably is an ideal result for Mariners fans and for fans of teams chasing that top 6. When you look at Newcastle Jets, when you look at Wellington Phoenix, even Sydney FC, this probably is an ideal result for those sorts of teams. Perfect results, says Scotty. But wow, what an epic finale, man. That first half was pretty cagey stuff. Wasn't too open. Melbourne Victory creating the better of the chances. Second half was a lot more end-to-end, and Wanderers looked better. And it just exploded to life at the end. Wow, man. Wow. Whew. So, dramatic stuff. Dramatic stuff. And as it stands, these teams, the point will take Wanderers, will keep Wanderers where they are, but will take Melbourne Victory up a point on the ladder, up a place on the ladder. But you look at the Melbourne Victory players on the park right now, and they'll be so disappointed. They'll be so disappointed that they didn't come away with 3 points in this game, especially with Davidson's heroics at the end. Wow. Incredible stuff, guys. Incredible stuff. Oh, well, yet another dramatic watch-along. And, man, we were screaming at the end there. Guys, if you have enjoyed, make sure you hit that like button. That's your best way to show your support for the streams. We're doing A-League live watch-alongs every single weekend here, so make sure you're subscribed to keep up to date with them. And again, guys, thanks so much for 1,000K subs. We hit it earlier on in the stream. If you want to watch the moment where we hit it, I think it's only like 10 minutes into the stream. We hit 1,000 subscribers, which is super exciting. So, guys, thanks so much. Thanks so much, guys. This has been another epic game. Keep an eye out on for the breakdown content from this round coming in the next couple of days.